a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Roll with it. Thank you, that's great.
We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's go for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube and you chose to be here. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Today is August 8th, 2024, 6:05 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. It's so good to see you all. Thank you guys so much. So much love in this chat, and I appreciate it. Okay, so last night I was live on Hey Sweetie, my other channel. If you're not subscribed to that, make sure you are subscribed to Hey Sweetie. And we were we were doing what I call like a study session. And it was a really good study session. If you were there, you know. And something kind of hit me last night whenever I someone asked a question and we were putting these things together. Now, I do want to say that we are speaking about the Sebastian Rogers case. Sebastian is a 15-year-old boy from Hendersonville, Tennessee, who went missing in the early morning hours of February 26th, 2024, from his mother and stepfather's house. They claim that he walked out the door. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Um, it's probably going to be a rather long show today, so get you a snacks, or a beverage, or both, and make yourself comfortable. Make sure you please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't hit it yet. Would greatly appreciate that. It's a free way to help out the channel and get the word out there. Now, I did learn a little bit more last night after the live, and we'll talk about that as well. So get ready for that. We have snacks, 331. Keep up the chatter. Thank you so much for putting your number in chat, and you got your snacks. I apologize for the beginning. When I'm trying to do like on another page while the intro's coming in, sometimes it messes up my intro. It like freezes it right there. So I don't know what it is. Jessica, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate it. Love the long stream. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for 5 months, Jessica. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for that so much. It keeps me going. Thank you. All right. So, what I'm going to do is that's what I was trying to do prior. While the intro was playing, um was I wanted to show you the live that I was doing, that we did last night. And of course we're not going to go through all of it, but we're going to go through just a few minutes so you can get the point, and then we're going to tweak it a little bit. And I just want you guys to know that this is for, um, we are not here to say anyone is guilty of anything. We are just uh, uh, speculating on hypothesis theories that may or may not have happened, and just let them remain as that, as theories. Um, there is that. Now, when it comes to Seth, Chris, and Katie, law enforcement has said that they do not have any suspects at this time. Take that as how you will. Um, just want to preface that as well. Thank you so much, War Eagle, for 3 months. I love you too, Sugar. Thank you. Got my snacks ready. Well, uh, Katie will be happy that you have your snacks ready. Okay, let me pull. I'm trying to pull it up at least here somewhere.
Snacks because he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because, he's 15 and snacks.
All right. So, without further ado, we're going to get started on this. And again, this is kind of what we were speaking about last night. It's a theory, and but it's very interesting. Just remember the info Seth isn't supposed to talk about. Maybe Bobby told him CP was home. What do you, I'm trying to remember what you mean. Remember what info Seth isn't supposed to talk about. Like CPS? Is that what you mean? Thank you, Alafide. Okay,
So you were not home
hold on.
Feb 26. Is that right?
Correct, man.
So last night we were speaking about I wanted to pull up how Chris said everything but the actual question Nancy asked him. He literally just went right over the question. It was you home on or rather, was you home before Sebastian ever went missing? And he's like, I was home the morning Sebastian went missing. He did everything but answer the question, which is pretty much exactly what he does. DNA resin, thank you so very much, my dear. I really do appreciate that I come up with that. Thank you, my dear. I really appreciate you, DNA. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member. That I really, really appreciate that too. Thank you. Okay. They were extremely, extremely specific. So I just want to preface that.
Where were you living in Memphis?
I have an RV trailer that I stay in at an RV park.
I think he probably parked his truck right over there where the new development was and
Maria.
walked to his house. Now, I was speaking about that last night. One of the theories is that he could have parked over where where they were building the homes. And why did he move from the trail? Yes, Royal Blue. Yes, we were speaking about that last night as well. Okay. So, but he may have, because nobody. I'll say that in a little bit. But he could have parked his vehicle over there. He could have been picked up from a relative's house, something like that. But I would say he probably used his vehicle when he wanted to visit, in my opinion, allegedly from after February 5th up until February 26th when he came home. So a long theory for a lot of us in this case has been, we do know that there have been CPS cases, right? Now, many times, what they call the alleged perpetrator while they are doing their, trying to figure out, investigating what's going on. They will remove the what they call alleged perpetrator. And that is alleged. That doesn't mean they are, but they just want to make sure that they're testing a lot of times. I don't know if you know this, but I don't really do it so much anymore, but I used to do a lot of emergency foster care for a long, long time. And what they will do is they want to see if that alleged abuse stops, right? If, for instance, the child stops getting, bruises, and while they can interview and find what they want to find. Okay. So, that's been kind of a long standing theory of quite a bit of us, because Chris will not say he will say, I was not home after February 5th. And then you'll add, and just like Nancy said, what days were you home? And he said, um, after February 5th. And he said, well, I can't tell you those days because law enforcement has something to the effect of Chris's vocabulary dictated me not to say, or, something like that. I can't remember verbatim what it was, but you get the gist. He can't say what days he was home up until, hey, always late. Good to see you, honey. Um, up until February 5th until February 26th, right? All right, let's continue because we're almost there. That's my opinion. There is, sorry if my wheels are spinning here when I'm, oh, 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 guys, help me out here. Help me out. When Seth was supposed to have Sebastian that weekend, right? But it changed. Right? Well, I didn't. That's it. It changed. Seth was supposed to have Sebastian that weekend. It changed. Chris would come home, in my opinion, on the weekend whenever Sebastian was at Seth's. He was supposed to come home that weekend, and the plans changed. The plans changed. And he came home anyway. And in my opinion, this is where it ties back. My wheels were turning. They really were last night. Chris says, Sebastian thought he was going to get me kicked out of my house. He made me look so horrible. Chris came home anyway. Sebastian said, you're not supposed to be here. I'm telling tomorrow whenever I get to school. Now, I'm going to say something is. Katie heard a thud. I got something wrong here. I got something wrong here. She sure did. She sure did. But I'm going to tell you what in a minute. She did. That's exactly. I'm telling y'all. It's almost done here, but there's wouldn't Sebastian be scared to say that to Chris? Apparently not. He's I can't stand to listen to my voice. I mean my PG voice. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. We're gonna get to it. I promise. It's gonna be a long live. So I've said before that Sebastian. Oh, I can't stand my voice. But I thought he would tell. I'm just saying. Like I can see him, but it was that weekend that switched. It was that weekend that switched. You know what? Katie may have even said, listen. Katie may have even said, go to your room and don't come out. Don't come out, right? Listen to this. It's time for bed. Ooh. Oh, God. Listen. Oh, God. Katie could have said, go to your room. Don't come out. It's 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's why there was no shower, no nothing. She wanted Chris home. Chris wanted to be home. Sebastian was supposed to be asleep. Did she give him too much medication? It was really late. War Eagle, my dear. Did she give him too much medication? Or did she say, listen, did she have a good weekend with him, kumbaya, all of that, take him out to dinner? Son, we've had a good weekend. I know you're tired. Go to bed, do whatever you want. He stuck his head out. Was his vehicle left at cousin D's? That was an old and they
photo.
went
That was
in
an old
her
photo.
car home after the poker game. I'm not.
What do you mean,
I mean,
Sandy?
I do speak about the poker game and stuff, but that is one thing I have no idea about. That is, and again, I love Terry Lynn, love her and appreciate her, but I haven't. That's information that she's gave out. I have not been able to confirm that. So in my theory, I'm just a little okay. All right. So I did find out. Why are you showing up on 2 videos? What, you don't like 2 of me? You don't like 2 of me, Sandy? You want 3 of me? Okay. So I did find out that there is a problem in this theory. And the problem is that it was not Seth's weekend that weekend. It was not Seth's weekend that weekend. Now, that still doesn't change the fact that he very well could have been coming in, and I've got 2 different. Is that what it was? Because I always thought, always thought that. Thank you guys. You guys are sweet. I always thought that it was Seth's weekend, right? Now, if they asked, I can ask Seth. Seth didn't have he has him. Well, he told me if Chris was told by CPS to stay away a month, the month was going to be over on 2/29. So there is technically a problem with that. However, it still doesn't change. And this is kind of another theory that I run down. I'll get to that in a second. I'll just say it now. Fuck it. Please hit the thumbs up button. Is it possible that KP was potentially buttering him up, so to speak, in order to have a good weekend, take you doing things, and CP was going to come there that evening? I don't know. But it still doesn't change the fact. I'll find out about if they asked Seth to take him. Regardless. Justin, you're correct. If I recall, he had to work or something, and they swapped. That's what every one of us. I was like, because it hit me last night. However, it still doesn't change the fact that he certainly uh may not have supposed to been there, right? He wasn't allegedly, perhaps, maybe through experiment. What if Chris was with them as they went everywhere that day? I don't think he was. I don't think he was. Yeah, he would have been on camera with on there, right? If he was at the uh like any of the restaurants or anything like that. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. Seth could find out if there was an order on Chris to not be there. Well, JD, Seth knows everything about that. Well, no, I lied. I lied. I don't mean that. He doesn't know everything. A lot of it was redacted, but a lot of things he did learn as well because his attorney got stuff. Seth even confirmed it also they would meet halfway. Yes. Well, Chris confirmed that as well. Yeah, Seth can't talk about the CPS papers or anything like that. However, it is still very possible, in my opinion, that is always late still here. Is she still in here? No, I think you'll be okay looking beyond. That's funny. Huh? No, Justice Lover, because this is the thing. From what I understand, they allegedly told CPS that Seth wasn't allegedly in his life that much. So always late, I hate to like always late is like the sweetest and one of the most honest people you could find, honestly. And she was talking about a while back when the case first started. Maybe always late can generalize it up but that, and I've had other people come to me with this too, and I don't know where it is, but they allegedly stated that Chris said he spent the night and that he was going to have to leave in the early morning hours of Sunday so he could get to work early. And I believe this was even like before they even came to YouTube, from what I understand. But again, I can't say that because I don't have it, right? Yes, Fine Summer. Yes. Yep. Yep. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Chris said he was there but had to leave around 3 to make it to work on time. Yes. Yes, please use initials, and please put in my opinion or allegedly. It's very, yep. Yeah, a lot of others saw it as well, but I can't. Oh, I hope you feel better, Daisy Love, honey. Do you think CPS Sebastian's last name was Proudfoot to throw them off? Well, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. You can have a different last name, and that doesn't mean the parent is in their life. You know what I mean? So there's that. But I think, in my opinion, because guys, look at it. Yes, there is a Yes, there is a missing interview. They first stated that they were on the phone like that because they always would talk while he drove back to work usually. I'm telling you guys, Teresa, there we go. I see you remembers it too. Where is that? Where is it? I feel like Chris. No, I've got every interview but I don't know where it is. And the internet's forever. Wasn't that? No, 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 Erica. This was before that. I mean, that makes sense. Talking to someone to kind of pass your drive by. I can understand why you're speaking. At that time, right? If it was on the creator, she has hit or deleted some. See. Oh, okay, gotcha. There's definitely a motive. Yes, guys, we are missing something here. Listen, let's think about it. CP will say, I wasn't there after the 5th, and I wasn't there until he says the morning Sebastian went missing. Nope, it's not the hands video. And then Nancy says, what days? Chris says, law enforcement has told me that I cannot tell you those days. Now, what? I don't think so, Teresa. I don't think so. One of Trevor's bit, they are hidden. No, wouldn't be Trevor's. But regardless, right? I think that he wasn't, in my opinion, supposed to be there. And either no, it's none of those interviews, guys. None. None. Um remember Katie said, and Chris, they said he goes to bed at 8:30. Hey, Smiley. He goes to bed at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. It might have been Terry Lynn. I'll look at Terry Lynn. Now, we all thought that's really early for a 15-year-old, isn't it? That's really, really early for a 15-year-old. And I think most of you agree that that's pretty early for that's not it, wrong one, for a 15-year-old. And that's what made me wonder as well. Was this something because remember, we don't hear about a shower, right? Don't hear about a shower. Don't hear about any
in front of the back.
any of that stuff. Nothing. Nope. Nope. Could it be been the phone interview with Terry? It might have been that one. I don't know. I'll have to check, but I think it was earlier than that. Like I would say no, I would say 9 p.m. is 9 to 10, I would say is an average school night, wouldn't you say? Is no, guys, it like if you're talking about any of the news interviews, any of them with Smiley, Nancy Grace, Duchess, any of those web sleuths, it's none of those. None of those. So 10 o'clock. I would love to know about shower that she yes. Well, Chris tells us I don't ever remember Chris and Katie doing an interview with Brooks. 10 p.m. is 10 p.m. would be the earliest for they weren't on Brooks' channel. No. Seth was, but not them. Anyway, so what was I even talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the bedtime. What was the point? What was the point I was going to make? I can't remember. So 10, that's but she doesn't talk about the shower or anything, and that's considerably very, very early. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. I wonder if they have cameras inside of that steakhouse. Probably not where they are eating, though. It's kind of wondering, could Katie have fed him, gave him medication while they were there at the restaurant in this hypothesis, opinion, and theory? Could she have given medication there or when they got home? And, two things could have either happened in this theory. One could be it was too much, right? In the other theory, you could say he didn't, it didn't, it probably just didn't work. Maybe he didn't uh go to sleep, right? Most kids hate meds. Well, Sebastian, from what the parents allege, that he took daytime and nighttime medicine. Yes, please don't mention any other creators, especially if it's negative. Um, um, that's others can talk negative, but we're just not those people. We keep it about the kids. Um, so it could have went either way. Now, did if there was, if let's say Chris was coming over, right? Well, I can tell you Seth did not see any videos of the inside. I do know that. He did not see the videos of the inside of that restaurant. Our boys take meds in the morning. They have been taking them for years so they can self-medicate 16, 17. They just get a reminder. Yeah. CP and KP could have. CP and KP couldn't have investigation be completed. I don't know. I'll look and see if my Texas steakhouse has cameras. I mean, Texas steakhouse is everywhere. Chris offered to show them to Seth when they were on Web Sleuths, and Seth declined. Seth declined seeing those? Why would he decline seeing those? I don't understand. One video, I think it was Seth said he was on Respital. Yes. Yes. Barb, to the office, please. Barb, to the office, please. We need a late slip for Barb. It was when CP was ranting to Seth. Oh, gotcha. Seth said he say him on camera. Yeah, he's seen him from the outside. I definitely believe they have cameras. There are cameras everywhere. I find it interesting that the public hasn't seen any video of him out and about with the family that night. I know. It's very interesting. Dana, I have not been able to check my email today, not even once. Haven't even been able to check it once. Uh-oh, Bubble Beth was late as well. Bubble Beth, to the office, please. Bubble Beth, to the office. Late slip for Bubble Beth, please. Seth saw an outdoor video of who looked like he could be Sebastian. Well, I mean, I think, I mean, it. I mean, he saw it from the back, but it was it was enough confirmation for law enforcement to give to Seth that it was him. So, and they were getting in Katie's car. So I don't know why, but I keep thinking about this. But remember, the dog hit on the retention pond. What if said child was running and stepmother chased after him in the retention pond? I just don't think so, Donna. I just don't personally. I don't think there was any chase. I think there would be a scent. I think Sebastian would have been extremely loud in that very quiet, very dark neighborhood that night, in my opinion. And they didn't show Seth any of the other videos. No, they didn't show him. Oh, why did I do that? Anything like that related to um the inside. On the TikTok, there are videos about cameras in the overhead lights above each table. That would be odd, to be quite honest with you. See, I don't think that. Yeah, that's probably TikTok. I don't think they're going to have cameras that much, because that could potentially be a risk for even, personal information or something, like if you're on your laptop or your card information and stuff. I don't know. So that would be weird if I mean, if there's a camera above every single light, like built in, I think that would cost a lot of money as well. I don't think they're going to spend that kind of money per table. I don't see that happening. That seems like, oh yeah, yeah, I see you. I wouldn't. Oh, it's not. No, I'm not saying that they don't have cameras. Nobody's saying that. A lot of restaurants have cameras. Of course, they have cameras, especially where their employees, like the office and stuff, uh, and in the kitchen and stuff like that. But I can't imagine them having a camera in the light fixture at every table. Yeah. Okay. So we're going the bar area. Yeah. Who does those restaurants? Yeah. Perhaps. All right, guys. I'm going to there's some things that I've went through today, and we're going to connect them back around to kind of our theories that we are talking about here and last night. I'm going to play this. I'm going to go tinkle, and I'll be right back.
Door.
No, there is a couch in front of a door.
In front of a door. Okay. I was just wondering, so, but so can he get out the back? Okay, so he can go
Is
out
there
the
an
back.
exit out the back of the house? Yes. That's unobscured from anything? Yes.
Okay, so, okay, but what I'm asking is, how did you know that he went specifically out the front door? What made you think that? What made you think that?
We presume that he left out the front door. We never know 100%, obviously, but we presume based off of process of elimination, going over it with law enforcement, going over the house, where things are, how things are, Sebastian's routine, and the fact that that's the door that he always uses or prefers to use, because I won't say 100% of the time he does come in with me through another door, but that's the door Sebastian prominently uses. That's the one that if he were going to sneak out of the house or leave the house for whatever reason, that's the most reasonable door that he would have left out of. Any of the others would have
That was good,
made
Sandy.
noise or not
or would
been.
not have been locked.
Mhm.
So the back
Because
door,
All right.
so that the back door would not lock.
from the outside, like the
Listen.
front, no. You'd have to have a key.
So I can't. One. I'm not going to describe every door lock in our house to
No, I
y'all. First,
understand that.
that's a safety thing.
Yeah, I
But
understand that. Don't do that.
yeah, but what I can say is
Listen.
there's only 2 doors in the house that he could have gone out where he could have locked
From the
on his
outside.
own or from the outside. And the one he wouldn't have gone out because of how much noise it makes.
Yeah.
Everybody would have, and plus it would have been seen on camera. Let's put it that way.
He was going to say, in my opinion, everyone would have heard it. He stopped himself, but he says it would have been seen on camera. I have never seen, in my opinion, anybody like CP, because they will literally narrow everything down. Everything down. They will narrow everything down. And when they narrow everything down, well, then what else is left? What else is left, right? But they won't say what it is. Just like, for example, Chris saying that I wasn't home after the 5th up until the morning Sebastian went missing. Nancy asked him, what days were you home? Can you send me that link, Sandy? That would be a freaking phenomenal. Right there it is. Or you can text it to me. Let me see here. So, and then Nancy asked him, well, what days were you there in February between the, and he said, I can't tell you that. Right? That's my text number right there. You can either text it or you can email it, my dear. Right? And this, okay, True Sleuth, my dear, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I really do appreciate you, my love. Hey, Justin, you get oh, thank you, my dear. Hope you're doing well. Love, love, love it. So thank you. Oh, thank you so much, my love. Really do appreciate it, Kimberly. And thank you so much for 3 months, my dear. Okay. One second. Oh. Oh. Hold on a second, y'all. 1 second. Okay, Truth Seeker. I just checked that. I don't think that is it, but let me make sure. Let's check. Safety plan. Yeah, that one's not it, my dear. I don't think this. They mentioned 9 o'clock bedtime here. T play snippets for the interview. Right. You sent me another one. Okay, I think I opened up both of them. Okay, I'll look over that. I only sent one today. Did you Sandy, did you text it or did you email it? Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay, 1 second. Okay, this is Seth Rogers saying it. Okay. I'll have to go through that. Do you know if that is did what were you sending me that clip for, Sandy, or this for what did Seth supposedly say on this one? Is this where he said that maybe about they switched the weekend? Honey, I didn't know if you were still in here. I'm so sorry to hear about your friend who passed. About bedtime and meds. Gotcha. Yes, I like Silver on the scene. I really do. I think he's a very good guy, and I appreciate his work. Sure do. Yep. I appreciate anyone out there working. All right, let's go back to this a little bit.
So
Because
the back door would not lock.
from the outside, like the front, no. You'd have to have the key.
So I can't. One. I'm not going to describe every door lock in our house to
No, I
y'all.
understand that.
That's a safety thing.
Yeah, I
But
understand that. Don't do that.
yeah, but what I can say is there's only 2 doors in the house that he could have gone out where he could have locked
From the
on his
outside.
own from the outside. And the one he wouldn't have gone out because of how much noise it makes.
We're tying
Yeah.
this with our themes last night. Our theories.
Everybody would have, and plus it would have been seen on camera. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Everybody would have. He stops himself. Plus, it would have been seen on camera. This is where he is narrowing. They are narrowing every single thing, right? Every single door. Couldn't have been the back door because he couldn't have locked it, right? Couldn't have been the garage door. Couldn't have been the man door. The back door was loud and he had to have a key. The man door couldn't have done it, right? Front door, it would have been seen on camera, right? They are eliminating every single thing out. However, he said, okay, sorry, I was reading something. However, he said, he stopped now, but he's going to mess up again, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, that it would have been seen on camera. So by suspicion or reasonable elimination of all these doors, it's front door.
Okay. And there's no, and there was,
See, they can come to a reasonable, right, deduction like he's doing that, well, it couldn't have been this door, couldn't have been that door, couldn't have been that door. So that's the one he always uses. That's the one he could only lock back. And that's what specifically we're doing as well. Right? What was he going to live with Seth? So, and it's very similar to, you know, what we're talking about with the no scent. There's no scent. There is nothing on camera. There's no footprints, nothing. The neighbor said they saw Sebastian on Sunday when he got back from KP's. He ran out, got the mail, ran, and did not have the code, so he had to run back through the garage. I haven't heard the neighbor say that. About he didn't have the code. Set this, but they may have. I can speak to some of them,
no
but
windows unlocked or anything like that, that y'all can tell or could tell. I'm sure they looked at all that.
Yeah, with
Yes,
the
yeah.
screens intact and things like that.
Listen to this.
Yeah,
Very important.
nothing exterior of the building of our house has been altered.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why it was like, huh? Not only that, but for him to go out the window, so to speak, he would have landed in the flower bed and, you know, barefooted. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Yeah, we would have heard something. We would have heard something. Now, mind you, this is nothing on the exterior has been altered. It's a weird way of saying that, number one. But he says we would have heard that. Now, this is someone who hasn't been home allegedly in a long time, right? A long time. Back when they asked the neighbors in the beginning, one neighbor confirmed seeing Sebastian after Roadhouse. Yeah, I did hear that story, but I never heard going through the man door. Yep, we would have heard something.
Bear speak.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why it was like, huh? Not only that, but for him to go out the window, so to speak, he would have landed in the flower bed and, you know, barefooted. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Right. That is, in my opinion, a supporting argument that Sebastian could, sorry, not Sebastian, CP could have been home. Right. The other supporting is that this man will not say, he says, according to authorities, they have told him not to say when. Canadian Cookie, my dear, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. I love you, my dear. Thank you so very much. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you again, my dear. So sweet. Thank you for your support, my dear. If you received one of those world-renowned pearl necklaces, please thank our beloved Canadian Cookie. Thank you, my sweet dear. Really do appreciate you so much. So how does CP know how Sebastian would react if he landed in the mulch? Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, dear. All right. So that is another, right, supporting your, our theory that he could have been there, right? Another one is just the fact that he's the one that speaks the most. Now there are others that will say, he's the alpha male kind, and he's going to speak for his woman, come hell or high water. But I always say the dominant one is the head of the household, right? You're the head of the household, the dominant one. And like I always tell my husband, you can be the head of the household. I want to be the neck. I'll turn your head. You're the head, I'm the neck. Okay? So, if you are a mother and your child is gone, you don't need anyone to speak for you. You don't need anyone to speak for you. He's a control freak. Yes, he certainly is. I told my hubby the other day, I'm the neck. There you go. That's right. That's right. Means that he was advised by his mother. All right. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So let me get these people. I know they're itching for some hard questions. And I've been, all right. So, let's see. I know that girl has been wanting to ask. You cut out. There you go. Okay.
That I was going to get in.
I mean, think about this for a moment. Why? First of all, why would a child go out the door without shoes? Let's start with that. Unless they are being chased out, thrown out, or there's a fire, right? Like, that's about all I can think out of. Now, why would a child go out a window barefooted? Like, that's even another layer of crazy. His mom says, well, she sleeps on the other end of the house, especially if running away. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate it. So I don't think KP is that pitiful. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, peas in the pot. I don't think Sebastian that late in the night and as dark as that place is, I don't think he's going to be worried about locking a door behind him if he's, resorted to being barefooted, right? If he's resorted to being barefooted for a reason I could never even think about, right? The last thing in my opinion, he's probably going to do is do any sort of, locking a door. And there's just there's no evidence that this child walked away on his own accord. It was Holly. Yes, I agree with that.
Trouble over something stupid. And I was like, no,
Listen to
Sebastian, you
this.
got punished, man. You got punished. And he was like, but, and I was like, you got punished. And the lady took him outside. She goes, Sebastian, just because you get in trouble and you get punished, you need to understand when you go and you say things about people and you lie and you fabricate things and you make it sound worse than what it is, sir, you can get in trouble for that. So that happened. And the lady was like, I am so sorry. And I said, no, he's just a child. He's upset. It is what it is. I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he set that back down.
Were you really okay with it, though? Were you really okay with it? Was he really okay with it? He's just a child. He's just a child, ma'am. Hardly. Hardly. No, I don't think he was ever okay with it, in my opinion.
Evan was like, see, eat your food. And we went back and everything's been fine.
Yeah. That girl wants to know, what was he wearing when?
And, there we go. We've got CPS, right? Showed up that evening, right? Showed up that evening. Chris says he clearly remembers it on Smiley's. Clearly remembers it on Smiley's, but forgets on Nancy Grace's. How do you forget that on Nancy Grace's whenever you just uttered it from your lips a few days before? Because I'll be honest with you, I think if he would have told Nancy what he did that for, she would have, in my opinion, probably verbally tarred and feathered him, as we say here. Thank you so much, Amy Dean Chris. This CP guy makes me legit so ill. He is talking so cruel to a child who has autism. Heartless coward. I agree, Chris. I agree. And that is why I have wanted to give up on this story so many times. And then Seth will be like, we're Sebastian's army, when he did that interview with Court TV, not this last one, but I think the one previous before that. And then I think of Sebastian and I'm like, in my opinion, they were just, at least one of them was just rotten to him. Rotten. And we've got to find this boy. We've got to find him. And we just can't stop.
They went to dinner, maybe he returned, if it was his favorite place, I guess, to the restaurant. Katie, you remember?
We may have lost her.
Oh,
Yep, Elisa, that is exactly what I was saying last night. I don't think, in my opinion, that CP's family would be going like this had it be for just Katie. I don't think so. Now remember, I showed you guys a video last night where they are literally stalking JLR, right? They got out of his car, was following him. They got ready to turn up the street. They backed out real quickly. Do you think they would do that for just Katie? I mean, this is wife number what? 5? This isn't the Bow Wow Foot's first rodeo. Okay? This is not their first rodeo. Okay? It seems like the way that the guy who came on my channel, and I think he went on Jay's channel as well, the way that they allegedly spoke about Sebastian before, the things that their worker or alleged old worker and others that allegedly work there now have said about Sebastian and others. I just don't see it. I know, right? Lady for Justice. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't imagine marrying a man and this is his 5th time and think you're special. I mean, I'm sorry not to judge anyone, but listen, if he said, "Oh, I've been, this will be my 5th marriage." How old are you? 932 or 40? Don't think you're special. Now, I'll just say this. I've never heard anybody say this either. That I'm sure CP has never been through something as worse as what is going on right now in his marriages, plural, in my opinion. You'd have to ask him that, of course. But I'm sure, in my opinion, that there's been nothing to compare to having a child go missing in the home you own. And remember, 5th wife, right? The other 4, Bogey Henry VIII, he didn't stay with, right? For richer or poor, and sickness and health, right? Till death do you part, as long as you both shall live. Why is he sticking with? I mean, again, that's his decision, but it just kind of makes you wonder, why is he sticking with Katie after all of this really unneeded, like it's this stress that he wanted Sebastian allegedly out of the house, and allegedly they were having trouble, right? and it was allegedly, going downhill. Sebastian's out now. So if Chris wasn't there, why is he staying? Is it just that he has found that one love that the others couldn't give him? Is that what it is? Or does he maybe feel guilty, perhaps, allegedly, that maybe he treated Sebastian more rough than what he should have? Or is it something else? Do they need each other right now? I don't know. The fifth wife club. Wasn't that with Goldie Hawn? What was it? That's one of my favorite movies. I'm trying.
Was there a life insurance policy on him? Why they want to know.
Now these are different clips.
And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Based on.
All right. So that I just now figured out, I just now noticed something else. It's amazing how I can listen to these things 1,000 times, and one day I will hear something else. Smiley asked, if somebody, kind of walked up to that door to lure, Sebastian. And Chris said, well, if anyone would have walked up to that door and punched in that code. Nobody mentioned anything about punching in a code. Right? Who's going to know the code of the front door? Who's going to know the code for the front door? Right? And it just goes to show you. Yeah, C-Star. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Twisted. Good to see you. Nothing suggests that he walked out. Chris says, if someone walks up to the door, they'll be filmed. But I guess if someone walks out of the door, he's saying they won't be. It's ridiculous.
Something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible from that ring camera from across the street.
Yeah.
That has been, like I said, every video, and I've said this through Facebook, everything in the neighborhood. I couldn't talk to you enough positive about my neighborhood, because anybody had cameras voluntarily gave up hard drives, flash drives, access to clouds for them. They've let people go in and search their houses multiple times without needing a warrant or a subpoena or anything. They've just openly done it. So, I mean, that's why it's so difficult right now.
Yeah. So you may not can answer this, but it was public because we saw them with our own eyes. So they come out about what, 11 times counting the backyard where they took pictures. Okay, so did they come in and check as well the 11 times, or
Remember, Smiley just said, was talking about them taking pictures, right? Taking pictures of the backyard several times, all of this, right? Kept coming back to the house, coming back to the house over and over again, right? Why did they keep coming back to the house? Why did they keep coming back? Did they really find something in the backyard? Seems like the socks have been there before and after they left for trailer. Megs, I found something today that is very interesting when Chris starts talking about the when Chris starts going when Chris is going back during that 18 or 17 hours.
did they do forensics like luminol or anything like that?
No.
Just asking.
No. I can answer. No, they haven't done that. We actually, Katie and I sat down at our table in our dining room, and that's basically where everything conducts itself. We sat down with them in the dining room, and I asked them flat out, I was like, what about fingerprints?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we not take fingerprints? What can we do? Can we check this? Can we check that? And they said no, and they explained why fingerprinting would not necessarily be where they would get a hit, was ridges and things like that compromise the fingerprint.
Yeah.
We're going to get to this here in a minute. It's going to show it's going to go into it. From the very moment Sebastian was missing, right? It was, I don't know why he walked out that door. How does she know? Right? Like he willingly just walked out that door with no shoes, nothing. Right? I can't see anyone leaving without a bag or something, right? And Mohawk, police take prints. He's full of CHIT. And I wondered if they just told him that, or if he's just maybe allegedly lying, because why didn't they take prints? Well, in my opinion, it's because they knew, in my opinion, that nobody came there, and nobody that didn't live in that house. No stranger came and got the child, right? From the get-go, it's been He walked out that door. He walked out that door. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why would he walk out the door, especially with no shoes or anything? And I said last night as well, when it comes to particularly children with autism, they generally will not leave without things that they are very attached to. They will take things everywhere with them, certain things, right? So there's that.
And then he goes, despite TV and the movies, that stuff you see is not necessarily true. I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I just, they said, think of anything. Well, we were thinking and asked them, how about this? And how about that? What about this? What about that? And we got shot down.
Yeah. So with Sebastian,
I've never heard a parent, a step parent, or a caregiver laugh at saying that he gave police suggestions and saying we got down and then laughing about it like it's a funny thing. I don't even understand what is remotely funny, cute about it at all.
Tennessee was Sebastian. Yes, ma'am. And
okay.
in fact, Sebastian here,
Okay, this is very
like
important.
I said, I got nothing to hide. So Sebastian went to school one day because we were at the house. He got in trouble. He didn't have a belt on. I was like, where's your belt? And got it. Whack. Kind of got him. So he goes to school and he tells the teacher, they're mandatory reporters. So the teacher reports it.
Mhm.
That afternoon, CPS shows up to the house while we're actually sitting down to eat dinner.
Whack, got him. Right? Whack, got him. Hey, Serenity, love, how you doing? There is one interview, maybe it is Nancy Grace. KP said, I think someone took my son. Yes, I do remember that. In my opinion, she changed that where she realized he walked out the door was not working. That is, you are right. Nancy Grace said, what is your theory? Your theory. And Katie says, I think someone has my son. I believe that's what it was, if I'm correct. Serenity. Yeah. Your theory. To Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot.
Now, mind you, 15-year-old child, he's not real happy because he's in trouble, so he's being punished. So he shows, he makes a report. They come to the house, and the lady who comes to the house is the same lady we've had. She's had a case before. Now, the case that was before was something that didn't even happen, and it's like 3 stories that was shoved into one. And when they finally got it debunked, they were like, "Oh, he got so mixed up in telling one story, it mixed into 3, and it caused a commotion."
He got so mixed of telling one story that he mixed it into 3. Sure. Punishes for not wearing a belt. Yes. Yes. I've never in my entire life heard of someone getting whipped for forgetting a belt. But I asked on Smiley's, so you whipped him for forgetting a belt. And he said, no, I whipped him for lying to me, more or less about forgetting the belt. This is a 15-year-old chromosome deletion, right? Autistic child, and Katie says he's young in mind, and he has accidents in his pants occasionally, and you are whipping this child that has some really bad trauma from California because he forgot a fucking belt. Go to hell. Go to hell. Don't pass go, and don't collect anything. That is unfucking imaginable to me. That you humiliated this child. Absolutely humiliated him. And wanted to. And I'll tell you why, in my opinion, is because people who think that they are always right, that they are right about everything, that is not open to criticism about anything, right? Nothing. Especially speaking related like to Sebastian, he is literally on the same level of maturity as Sebastian was, in my opinion. Right? There are times kids will, drive you nuts, right? That drive you nuts at times. It's called parenthood, right? However, you've got to reel it in and realize if you start behaving like they do, well, then you're just as equally a child because you are supposed to be the example. And they learn what they see. If you start acting like a feral animal, like in my opinion, CP does, then that's exactly what they're going to learn. Sit down and finish your dinner. That tells me he was not working at St. Jude Project yet. That was a weekday. It's just absolutely insanity to me that this man hit someone else's child. Number one. Number two, that he says it was only one time. only one time. But that only one time, if you whipped your child one time, right? You hear people who said, I got whipped one time during my childhood. And that is true in some cases. But what do they say? They always remember what it was for. They always remember what it's for. The parent always remembers what that one time was for. I don't care if they're 75, 90 years old. They remember that one time they either got whipped or they whipped their child that one time. And I guarantee you, forgetting a belt is nothing. Nothing. Because I forget stuff all the time. Every day. Every day. Just shows exactly who he is. Yes, you're right, Elisa. How many times do you forget your keys? You don't know where your keys are. You don't know where your purse is. You don't know where this is. You don't know where that is. If that's the worst thing that Sebastian ever did was forget his belt or even lie to you about forgetting his belt, and you whipped him with an instrument, which is illegal, by the way, count like Sebastian was the best kid ever. Ever. Yep. Yes, you cannot hit someone with an object. That's assault
Well, they canceled that out.
with an instrument.
So the one on me, she shows up, and I said, "Hey, how you doing? It's her."
Listen to the details, but he's not going to remember
Again.
any
She's
of
like,
this in
"Oh,
these
hey."
years.
She's, "Hey,
And we're going to tie it around in just a second.
She's like, "Don't tell me anything, but I'm gonna tell you what I know happened." And I said, "Okay." She goes, "Boom, boom, boom." She told me exactly what happened. I said, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "Oh my God." I said, "Yes, ma'am. This is how it's been."
This is how it's been. If you told her what you just told Smiley in that interview, that you whipped him with something because he forgot his belt, and she didn't do anything about it, then shame on her. You don't hit someone who is autistic, who thinks differently, who physically or mentally has any sort of disability. Ever. Ever. I'm naked without my pearl necklace. Probably. I need to hold on one second.
Sebastian thought by telling on me, making it sound like I was so horrible.
You hear him say that?
out.
That I was so
I'm trying to
horrible.
find a great one.
That is
Did you ever use
That is so important. Sebastian tried to make it sound like I was so horrible. You whipped an autistic child with a chromosome deletion, you numbskull. That was someone else's child. What is wrong? Try to make it sound like I was so horrible. To me, that that says a lot there. That there was this really rageful, just spite is the what I feel. Just like it's wrong. It enraged him. It enraged him. Felt like make me think that I was so horrible. Now, this is my question. Going over last night's live with our theories and all of that. Come on, guys. Can we get it to 1,000 thumbs up? Come on, you guys always get me to 1,000. Come on, please. Please, please, please. Do you think that that was enough to set him off, right? He said it, his words. Sebastian thought I was so horrible. He thought he was going to get CPS to get me kicked out of my house. Did he come home? Between that time, that weekend, perhaps even in this theory? And was he already angry at Sebastian? This had been at least 3 calls. At least 3 calls. What, 2 for Chris, 1 for Katie? And did Sebastian see him? Or did CP start kind of being hard on him that evening and said, tomorrow's school, I'm going to tell. You're not supposed to be here, or I'm going to tell what you said or did this evening. Something had to happen to this baby.
Belt on him.
Have I ever used a belt on Sebastian? Yes.
Okay.
Outside of his clothes, on his buttocks.
Okay.
Well, right here, he says, outside of his clothes, on his buttocks, one time. He remembers it being on the outside of his clothes, all of that. Very detailed, but he doesn't remember that when it comes to Nancy's interview. Pretty interesting, isn't it?
Please call DV when Sebastian home. Okay. Have you ever had domestic violence called on you when Sebastian was there?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I actually don't have any domestic violence in my history, period.
Okay. He says he's never had domestic violence, y'all. Okay. Now here's one. Let's see. Hi, Bullhorn
ma'am.
Betty. Let's see. Let me get some of their questions and then I'll ask you a really hard, I think it's a hard question.
Okay.
I might put you on the spot, but
Nah, you're fine.
okay. All right. Let's ask theirs first because
Get
I don't want you to
ready.
go, oh, I'm over here.
No. I gave you my word, and I told you I'll
Well,
stick to my word.
Yeah, can I ask? Then I'll ask you now before I go to theirs, before I forget.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
What in the world is this on your arm on day 8, the
Listen to
interview?
this.
It's a scratch
We know this,
or
but
a bite
listen.
mark?
Left arm or right arm?
Now, he says left arm or right arm. Left arm or right arm. Okay. Left arm or right arm. Why is he asking left arm or right arm? Nobody has spoken about that. Yes, we know both arms. He knows obviously we see it on him. He's buying time. Yeah. Left arm or right arm. Again, guilty response. Why ask that? It was to give himself longer to answer. Yes. But left arm or right arm. But listen to how he's going to answer this. Toby, thank you so very much for 2 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you keeping my little channel going here. Thank you. CP had a custody hearing coming up. The last thing he wanted was another CPS visit. Bingo. Bingo. Yes. Left arm or right arm? Now, just remember that. Now, he's going to answer this. Listen to this. I was listening to this today and I thought, oh, I know he said that, but it didn't click for me until today. I'm trying to, connect it with why he may have been there that night in this theory.
Oh, I don't know. It's the one where you were in the green shirt.
Listen,
And I think it was the right arm.
So right arm slightly above the elbow. If I'm guessing.
I think it was right below, if I'm not mistaken.
So I've got 2 spots on one on my hand, and I got one on closer to my elbow. There are 2 spots.
okay. You hear that? Do you hear that? He's got 2 spots on his arms. Okay. Left arm or right arm? He asked. I've got 2 spots on my arm. We got 52 more likes till we get to 1,000. Then we have a snack party. Then we have a snack party.
I think it was the right arm.
Listen.
So right arm slightly above the elbow. If I
Right arm slightly above. Did he say above the elbow? Hold on. Slightly above the elbow. Wouldn't this be above the elbow? It wasn't above the elbow, though. Bye, Sandy. Right? Why would he have an explanation location ready for it? Questioned. Okay. Now just listen though.
Or
I'm guessing.
I think it was right below, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So I
was
have I've got two spots on one on my hand, and I got
Uh-huh.
one on my closer to my elbow. There are two spots.
Uh-huh.
one on his hand. His hands were also cut up. Pam says.
One. So I've got two spots on one on my hand, and I got
Uh-huh.
one on my closer to my elbow. There are two spots.
Uh-huh.
We have little Morkies, and we have one that's very playful. We have one that's not so playful. And I like to roughhouse my little Morkies. And
So, left arm or right arm? He asks. Well, wouldn't he have just said, "What you mean the scratches on my arms? Those are from my Morkies." Now, if this was from a Morkie and this wasn't, right, then why are you asking left arm or right arm? If they're both from a Morkie. That doesn't make sense. He likes the roughhouse.
I put my hand down, and they chase it around, and I don't stop, and I let them nibble. And I've been dumb enough, and I've gotten scratched by the bigger one.
They got their
So
claws clipped and not grinded, so they're rough right now.
I let him nibble. And their claws got me. That is not claws. I mean, do y'all know how big those little dogs are? Sebastian had them in a bag with both of them on his lap. But left arm or right arm? Well, if they both come from the same place, why are you asking that? Doesn't make sense. Marks because he was not. No, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah, but I thought you hadn't been home for almost a month, or all month. I thought it looked like fresh scratch. I'm just
so
saying.
when I'm in a green shirt,
Yeah,
okay,
you were talking
was that
to Fox 17.
okay?
Okay.
Fox 17. I had already been home, so I got home February 26th. That
So
can
there
be
was a new
released because
scratch.
that's when I came home.
Now, this is what's interesting to me. He knows what shirt. He knows what shirt he was wearing. He knows what interview she was talking about, right? But he's going to say that he has never heard this question being asked. So did the scratching or the bites, was that the first time you wore short sleeves since it happened? Because I mean, I'm sure someone else would have noticed it, wouldn't they have? And it was not, they were not that fresh. They were not that fresh. You could tell they were healing. They were healing. What's the green shirt got to do with anything? He brings it up. Was the marks on his arms after the 17th? I don't know. Now listen to this.
Yeah, you're saying it was a new scratch then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, I came home February 26th. We did the interview, and those were scratches that are fresh. 'Cause
Okay.
the day I came home, I was actually still wearing my work clothes.
Okay. So y'all
Make sure he says the day I came home, I was still wearing my work clothes, and then laughs. Yes, it was 8 days of Sebastian missing. Now, I don't know how you get your dogs to nibble or scratch you in almost the same spots on each side of your arms. I don't know how that happens. Right. But he says left arm or right arm. Well, it doesn't matter because you're going to say they came from the same place. What if Smiley just said left arm? What if she just said right arm? Thank you, Lisa. No bueno. Both arms. But he's going to say, yeah, that's, yeah, I was already home at that time. Yeah, those were fresh. He's been, playing with the puppies. He's had so much extra time the last 7 or 8 days, getting in the floor and playing with them.
all he's saying that is a fresh scratch. So
Right.
I'll say it now. I have also asked about that picture. So that is a fresh after he got home from his little dogs.
And believe it or not, that is the first time I've heard that question. So thank you. I had not heard that before.
Yeah. So I asked that. So if you see that picture out again that I asked, that's just.
And believe it or not, I have not heard that question before. Then how was he ready? How was he ready to say left arm, right arm? How is he ready to know what interview it was in, right? Any of that. She's what? What's wrong with Sassy Cat now? What's wrong, Sassy Cat? I don't see ya. I don't see her in chat. I just don't think it's entered Setsman that. Yes, ma'am, sounds smart. Leave those puppy. Yeah. How many days was the interview done after the 26th? 8 days. And I'm going to show you a photo. Bear with me one moment. And I will show you the photo. This
talked about
is,
how his actions and behaviors could be different, or
One
how
second.
he would respond in a new environment.
where is it?
Well, that's kind of tricky because Sebastian hasn't been on
One
his
second, y'all.
medication in 20 days.
This is the marks. These are the marks. Hold on. Oh, let me fix this. Okay, one is on his arm right there. Hold on. Where's the other one at? 1 second. Bear with me, y'all. Okay. We've got, okay. This is one right here. That's one photo up in the top left. Look at those Morkies. Justin, take a pill if you think whose Morky bites and scratches. You mean a pole? Pole? I don't got my thing up right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's a dog scratch or a dog bite. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think it's a dog scratch or a dog bite. In your opinion. Yeah. I don't see how that, I mean, look at how far, like dogs' claws are right beside each other, right? Like there'd be a little tiny, they have a little tiny foot. Right? Little tiny foot. So how would these two, this right here, How would that work? I mean, that could, in my opinion, be like this is kind of like a dog scratch, right? This is a dog scratch. Now, what we don't realize is there are two. There's like one right here and one right here, but there's also some right here. Yeah, it's too wide. But there's also like some right here and also his hands. I'm not saying it's a bite, but I'm also saying I don't think it's a Yorkie. I think it could be 26th, 27th, 28th. So that would have been on what, the 28th? Hold on a second. What day was that interview? Hold on a second. What day was that interview? See, he's got bites right here. Let me make myself smaller. He's got bites or something, scratches right here. Something. And his fingers right there, right there, right there, maybe even right there. February has 29 days this year. Yeah, it was a leap year. Yeah. No, this was the news interview. What day was this? Because this is something very important. This was day 8. Okay, let me check here. Let me look at my calendar here. February. All right, so Sebastian went missing on the 26th. Allegedly, like 26th. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was about March 5th. Right? Now, just remember that the 28th is when he is gone for 17 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would be 6 days. So, see, I'm not convinced. I mean, one way or the other. I'm saying it, in my opinion, it also could have happened allegedly whenever he was on his 17-hour trip. Right. Okay. Yeah, so that was supposed to be on a Tuesday. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it was the 5th. It was the 5th then. Yep. I just looked at the calendar. I think these could have been, while he was getting his camper ready to spend the night and drive back to Hendersonville. I think, there might have been a lot of rough areas. Perhaps lots of, cleaning the camper and cleaning areas really good, to get back up on the road and go back home. But we're going to get more into that here in just a minute. If you get my drift. All right. Where was I? Hold on. Let me find it. Okay. Bite wounds take longer to heal than scratches, generally because of
Is from where I asked it, I believe today, and I asked it
And I, bel
yesterday.
and I believe I was wearing like it's like a mint colored button up shirt, I think.
You were.
Yep, there you go.
Yep, absolutely. So that's where that come from. I knew I was going to stump you with one question.
Pretty close. I was like, wait, hope.
Yep. You thought they all been asked, didn't you?
Yeah, just about. I mean, I've told everybody on Facebook, and I said, look, everybody's been nasty and all this, and like, look, I got no problem. I'll answer your questions. Just fire them away.
The feeling that I get after that, no, you're fine. You know what I mean? Brown-eyed girl, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate the support. Keeping my little channel going. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, brown-eyed gal. And Toby Marie, thank you so much for 2 months. I think I said thank you earlier. The Hatter's Madness, thank you, my dear. 1,000 likes. Thank you all for 1,000 likes. Let's have a party.
Katie! Oh, Katie! Katie! Christopher! Oh, Grace! Oh, Grace! Katie! Christopher! Katie! Christopher!
Give me sugar, water. More.
Oh, your skin is hanging off your bones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
You're coming with me.
What?
It's a long trip. I'll need a snack.
That's when he's going to Mississippi.
Snacks because, you know, he's 15 and snacks.
Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to.
Wow. 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 Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like,
So delicious.
Thank you, my child. I made them by hand. Taters are just about done. I'm just gonna give them one quick whiff.
So delicious.
Thank you, my child.
Uh-oh.
I made them by hand. Taters are just about done. I'm just gonna give them one quick whiff.
That creeps me out. That guy, even though he's acting, it creeps me out. Ugh. My fiance's name. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Oh my God. Chris gonna. Yeah. Ugh.
But
Okay.
not have
Hold on.
passed.
Oh, I forgot this. Thank you guys for 1,000 likes. We always have 1,000 thumbs up party. It's our intermission. Oh my God, Justin, I needed this. Thank you. AI is dangerously wrong and dumb. I finally get the AI. Finally. So let me see
But
something.
keep in mind,
Let me see if it'll let me give out it wasn't now that the AI is working, let me see if it'll let me give out memberships. If it will, I'll give those out. Lindsay, thank you so much, my dear. That was epic. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate it, my love. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I love you too, Cheryl. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Where was I? Okay, right here.
there's like 3 of us and thousands of y'all, so we're trying to get to them. But
Yeah. So, so let's see.
give me a good one.
I'm
Give
gonna
me a
try to
good
find it.
one.
Now here's one. Let's see. Hi,
Just
Bullhorn
one.
Betty. Let's see. Okay.
Have you ever heard a caregiver or anyone like that say, "Give me a good one"? That's pretty weird, if you ask me. Membership gifting. Membership. I don't know. I don't think it'll still let me give out. Let me see here. Trying to see if it'll let me give out memberships. Nope. Sure won't. Gift settings. Allow gifts. It's so weird to me that it's viewers have a lot to say going on in the conversation. They share various opinions ranging from the guilt of the culprit behind. It left real quick. I don't know. I guess they haven't given it. They haven't given it to Josh yet either. But yeah, give me a good one. That's so bizarre.
With Sebastian's autism, does he have a violent outburst? If so, what typically triggers the outburst?
I wish I could show y'all this in person. All right. Does he have, when he was younger,
Oh,
he
hold on
probably
a
had some
second.
pretty nasty ones.
Triangel, I'm so sorry, honey. I missed you. I apologize. Thank you so very much, my dear. Very Sweet teeth of you. Thank you, love. I really do appreciate it. I'd love to give him a good one. Yes. As he opens a carbon. Oh, there's going to be something interesting up here as well that you just reminded me something of. But that drink just reminded me of something.
As he's gotten older, between his mama, me, and his dad, and other family members, trying to get him to like, look, you need to focus on this. Stop doing. He ball your fist up, put them down to your side, like in a very aggressive manner, like you're pushing down, and stomp with one foot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He gets like that when he's throwing his tantrums, and then he brings his hands up in like the military knife hand is what they call it. All four fingers and thumbs pointing outward.
Yeah.
And he's like moving his hands up and down, kind of like he's making a point, kind of. That's to the extent of his violent outburst.
Bless his little heart. That's exactly what he's doing. He's mocking him. He's mocking him. He is actually, in my opinion, getting joy out of speaking about Sebastian that way. Exactly. I think we all do that. We're mad, don't we, Royal? I mean, you know what? The person that I have spoke to, that I will not tell the person's name, has seen him at his worst, and there's actually a recording of this that has never been seen. I begged for it, but I understand why this person won't put it out. However, says he looks like satin. Veronica, thank you, sweetie. Welcome to the family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pearls look amazing on you, Veronica. Welcome to the family. Y'all, please welcome Veronica. Oh, Veronica, I know you. Veronica, yeah, I think you renewed your membership. Thank you, love. Good to see you. Good to see you, honey. Joanne, thank you so much, my dear. Can you please help? I want to be a member, please. Of course, of course. Thank you, Joanne. Could someone drop the link for our dear Joanne? She wants to become a pearl. Oh my God, we're at 1,100 likes. Y'all are phenomenal. Thank you guys, really, from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are so good to
But
me.
other than that, no.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Justin said he wants to understand this. He
Listen.
said, am I understanding this? You hit him with a belt because he didn't have a belt.
No.
No.
They were mad at me that day. Katie even smacked in there. No. So I asked them, you hit him with a belt because he didn't have a belt. Remember, he forgot his belt. They both said no. Like right off the bat. Listen to what they say.
Okay.
No. So the question about hitting him on the outside of his clothes on his butt with a belt, that was something that he got in trouble for because he lied to us and he got one lick.
So you hit him with a belt for not having a belt that he allegedly lied to you about not having a belt. So you hit him with the belt one lick. That's the explanation that he twisted and turned. I thought my question kind of statement was also pretty correct. So you hit him with the belt because he didn't have a belt. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Bingo, Lisa. You sure can. You absolutely can. You can tell. You sure can. You hit an autistic child because they forgot or lied to you about a belt.
Okay.
Who hits a child for lying about a belt? Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable, really.
Where he doesn't like condiments that much. He really doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris, what time did you get home on Monday? Do you remember?
I want to say it was. Well, hold on. Let's see here.
Listen to this.
One something, I think.
Yeah. And then did you have to go back up there and get your camper? I mean,
Listen.
is that what y'all had to go back and get
listen.
that? Somebody had to drive it
Yes.
back? Or?
No. It's a fifth wheel. It's a fifth wheel.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell. Somebody was just
No. You know, so there's a couple things that, because of this whole situation, I hope families never endure.
Right.
Without going into great details, I almost lost my job.
Mm-hmm. Over this?
Yes, over this, very much. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was he about to lose his job for? Did he ever give a? Yeah, he technically, he said his job was up in the air. But why would you lose your job when your stepchild goes missing? Usually your employer is understanding, right? And we can say, well, because he had an attitude, right? If, again, he was in the crane at 6:03 in the morning, like he claims, I'm sure he told someone there that his child was missing as they were radioing, or he did any of that. Cricket, Don Wells did not lose his job. He lost his job for that day. That is a very big misconception. In fact, I have it where I proved it on a Summer Wells live that I did, where he lied about that. They sent him home for one day. But usually your employer would be very sympathetic. They would be more understanding because you're going through a lot, right? You might be even grumpier. Your people will put up with it more because you're dealing with more. So what happened? Well, K-Mac, we're going to get to that because I thought of that myself. I thought, well, he's not supposed to have his phone up there. But I don't think that's it either, because I'm going to play for you in a moment. He's doing an interview while he's at work after he went back to work. So I don't think it was that either.
And because of that, I was like, well, so I got permission. And I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home. Because right now, and they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going. And we went down there. We weren't even down there, I don't know, 24 hours maybe. I think we were down there.
Hear that? We were down there. I don't even think we were down there 24 hours. I'm going to play it back. But I caught that. Listening again. I caught it again today. Catch stuff again. I've listened to it 1,000 times, but sometimes you just hear. Listen to how he says we.
Maybe 17. And then he on permission. And I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home. Because right now, and they said,
because right now, ... Because right now. Because right now what? He hadn't been job up in the air. Didn't happen yet. He didn't have his job taken away at this point. And who is this we? In my opinion, what I think he was going to say is he was going to say because he was talking to Smiley, is he was going to say because I need to go get my camper because my job is up in the air. Or I'm not working right now. Remember, Sebastian went missing. Right, he got home at 1 o'clock on Monday. Right? Half the day is gone. Over half the day. Right? So Tuesday, he is home all day. Wednesday, he leaves. Less than 48 hours or so after he arrived at the house, he's back in Memphis again. Listen to this. We're going to play it again. Listen to what he says because
I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home. Because right now,
what?
And they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going.
Notice how he pauses, catches himself, and starts something new.
So I got permission. And I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home. Because right now, and they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going. And we went down there. We weren't even down there, I don't know, 24 hours maybe. I think we were down there maybe 17 hours, long enough to get down there. I finished packing everything up. And I'll say she didn't go. I was down there long.
I said I. He caught himself, in my opinion. Sure did. Oopsie. Oopsie. You don't say we went down there without somebody going with you. You don't have to say we went down there. You say I went down there. You don't even have to think about it. It is instantaneous. The we's and I's, we do it subconsciously. We don't even have to think about it. Our brain tells on us. Cuz she didn't go. If you say I went to the store, it was just me, right? Or if you go to the store with me, I will say we went to the store. And she did not go, as Chris said. Somebody went, in
Enough to
my
pack
opinion.
everything up. I don't know, 24 hours maybe. I think we were down there maybe 17 hours, long enough to get down there. I finished packing everything up. And I'll say she and we just need to bring it home. And because of that, I was like, well, so I got permission. And I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home. Because right now, and they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going. And we went down there. We weren't even down there, I don't know, 24 hours maybe. I think we were down there maybe 17 hours, long enough to get down there. I finished packing everything up. And I'll say she didn't go. I was down there long.
He said, I just counted it. He said we at least 6 times right there. At least 6 times. He was weeing all the way to Mississippi and home. Is what he was weeing about.
Enough to pack everything up. I spent the night in my trailer, hooked up the next morning, and came home.
So, but will you be going back to work there? I mean, they'll allow you to go back to work there? In Memphis?
Things have worked out. I will be returning to work.
Good. Okay. All right. Good.
He left on Wednesday blank.
So,
hey, Nana.
Why the 3-way call?
So, well,
Because
I'll give
I
you.
was hysterical and
Hey guys, did y'all drop a membership link for Joanne?
screaming and crying.
Well,
why the 3-way call?
So, well,
because
I'll give
I
you.
was hysterical and screaming and crying and
Over he doesn't.
So, why the 3-way call?
So, well,
because
I'll give
I
you.
was hysterical and screaming and crying and
Over he doesn't.
That's because of the 3-way call. Hey, Lakeside Lawyer, good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't see Chris having. I don't see them being The type that I don't think Chris's camper's dirty whatsoever. I don't see just don't see it.
He doesn't like condiments that much. He really doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris, what time did you get home on Monday? Do you remember?
I want to say it was. Well, hold on. Let's see here. One something, I think.
Yeah. And then did you have to go back up there and get your camper? I mean, is that what you had to, y'all had to go
Listen.
back and get that? Somebody had to drive
Yes.
it back? Or?
No. It's a fifth wheel. It's a fifth wheel.
Oh, I think
okay.
I put. Let
Sorry.
me
I
fix this one
couldn't
second.
tell. Somebody was just
No.
putting it.
You know, so there's a couple things that, because of this whole situation, I hope families never endure.
Right.
Without going into great details, I almost lost my job.
Mm-hmm. Over this?
Yes, over this, very much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I was like, well, so I got permission, and I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, and they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going, and we went down there. We weren't even down there, I don't know, 24 hours maybe. I think we were down there maybe 17 hours, long enough to get down there. I finished packing everything up. And I'll say she didn't go. I was down there long enough to pack everything up. I spent the night in my trailer, hooked up the next morning, and came home.
Mm-hmm. So, but will you be going back to work there? I mean, they'll allow you to go back to work there? In Memphis?
Things have worked out. I will be returning to work.
All right, guys.
Good.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Good.
I had something I had to do. I apologize for that. Oh my God, Truth Sleuth, thank you, honey. You don't have to do that. Thank you so much. You are so incredibly generous to me. Thank you, Truth Sleuth, my dear. CP said he went to get his RV, but did it come back to Hendersonville, or did he move it back from? Sorry, I just ran up the stairs, out of breath. Or did he move it from Easy Resort RV to Yogi RV Park? What did he have to pack up? He is the only one staying there, in my opinion. You know what? I wonder. Shit, it wouldn't even surprise me if his papa wouldn't have another RV or fifth wheel just like it sitting at the old lot. Well, I mean, it's a very nice fifth wheel, right? It's really nice. He gives too much detail, in my opinion, giving. Let me read that again. CP said he went to get his RV. Yes, but did it come back from Hendersonville, or did he move it from Easy Resort RV to Yogi RV Park? What did he have to pack up? He is the only one staying there. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, what's there to pack up in that place? There's nothing to. I mean, what do you pack up? You fold you put the slides in. That takes 30 to 45 seconds per slide. And you can do multiple ones at once because it's a push of a button. And I think he was at Easy Resort then. I'm pretty sure he was at Easy Resort then. Big D, the sister, showed up to the neighborhood vigil and they were asking, who's Big D? I live in a camper. It's not long ago. Yeah, we used to have a motor home and you pushed a button. That was it.
So why the three-way call?
So, well,
Hold on, I need to fast forward this.
I'll
Because
give
I
you.
was
The investigators have to take
Wait,
that into
did I
consideration.
hold on? We didn't play that. 1 second.
17 hours, long enough to get down there, fit morning, and came home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
So, but will you be going back to work there? I mean, they'll allow you to go back to work there. I mean, in Memphis.
Things have worked out. I will be returning to work.
Good. Okay. All right. Good. So why the three-way call?
So, well, I'll
because
give
I
you.
was
Yeah, okay.
hysterical and screaming and crying and
cover story to conceal that. Is there anything other than those three possibilities that would be on the table here from those?
No.
Guys,
right?
can y'all hear that?
Yeah, no, and I think
Can y'all hear that? It's a little low.
the most important piece to talk about is the fact that those possibilities that you've just kind of related there with the exclusion of the house problem.
Right.
Majority of those children, if not all of them, at some point are found.
Yes, or very close to the home.
Let me see if I can.
What is called stance low, medium, high. This has all the indications of a very low risk situation. Evident the fact that, 10 at night to 6 in the morning. And it reminds me of when I consulted on the Elizabeth Smart case.
Oh.
Where the investigators were focusing outside of the house on Ricky. And we kept telling them, no, you need to keep focusing inside the house. Somebody somewhere has crossed paths with that residence. And of course, later on, the young sister wakes up one day and she had an epiphany and says, oh yeah, it was the handyman. Okay, that's who it was who came in. And lo and behold, Elizabeth is out there today, thank the Lord, talking about her experiences and talking about the handyman. And that guy, Gary. I mean, he was, just not.
I have some of his writings here.
The odds of, somebody coming into the house, stealth, somehow not leaving any form of evidence in any way, shape, or form that we're aware of anyway in the public arena, and coming in and saying, hey, you're coming with me, kid, get him out of the house. And he's been wandering around the United States, with this coven of some sort,
Yeah, it's highly unlikely. All right, Cricket. I have been extremely kind to you, allowing you to have your opinion for the better part of a week. We are open to everyone with their opinions here. But what we are not opening up to is you being rude. to me or any of my mods, my subs, my members. So you can cricket on out of here and have a good day. Okay? So hope you've had a good time. The cause that doesn't favor the prophets. Well, I have no problem with her not. I have no problem with her not liking me, with not liking Seth, with not liking anybody. But the thing is, what you're not going to do is tell me or one of my mods or one of my subs, one of you guys who are in here every day that support myself, the victims, and everyone in here. She's not going to tell you or anyone else how to do or how to feel. Like, I'm not going to tell her how to feel. She's not going to tell us how we should feel. You feel how you feel for a reason based upon the conclusion of what seems logical to you. Now, if that doesn't seem logical to her, that's fine. But there's not going to be any disrespect. That is something that I won't put up with. To any yeah, I mean I've tried to answer her questions on how I the reason I feel the way I feel. I've tried to answer her questions, but when it gets insulting, that's where I draw the line. We're adults. We don't have to insult each other. We don't have to sit and complain and do drama lives after all of that. So yeah. Just like Katie said, I ran back to the house. And she said, well, I drove back to the house. Yeah. She actually did run back. Well, someone allegedly ran back to the house. We do know that. Right. McDonough definitely knows what he's talking about. Before you believe me or you believe a cricket, make sure listen to Chris. He will he'll tell you. Hey PG, how are you, sissy? Doing okay? Hope you're well, PG. It told me it was somebody I already have blocked in my YouTube list. Well, there you go, peace. So oh God. Somewhere there's a hearth missing its cricket. Well, this thing is kind of low. I don't know why it's low. It's weird. So, let me go back to hold on. Let me see if I can play something else right here. 1 second. Oh, listen. I called Sumner County Sheriff to find out about what you do when you why is that not popping up? 1 second. I don't know why. And I'm going to show you what it says. Let me pop this up here. All right. This first one's
My
not
wife
it, but
is
I'll
the
show it to you.
emotional one. I'm the more logical thinker as far as step for step for step. Got to see what we can do. Now, I just said that, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow, mark my words, somebody's going to take this and twist it.
I'm the one that's more logical, step by step by step. Now, mark my words, tomorrow they're going to take it and twist it. I don't got to twist it. You're the one that said it. Thank you so much, Joanne Jackson. You got it. Thank you, dear. Really do appreciate you. Welcome to the Clutch Them Pearls family. Pearls look amazing on you, Joanne. Y'all, please welcome our newest pearl. Our sweetie pearl, Joanne. Gorgeous, darling. Are you on a boat there, Joanne? You on a boat? A ship? Rather, a ship. Brown-eyed girl. I haven't heard that in ages. That saying. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay. You don't want the summary. What's it gonna say? A cricket in an RV? I don't know. All right. Now, look here. I'm going to make the screen a little bigger. I'm going to flip us around. Maybe I'll make it even a little bigger. Look at this. This is me calling Sumner County Sheriff's
Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you need to reach the jail, get jail information, or speak to someone with jail administration, please press 2. If you need to speak with a deputy on duty regarding a non-emergency issue or to file a police report, please press 3. For 1, if you need to speak with a deputy, reach the jail, get jail information. Thank you for calling the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
Thank you for calling Sumner County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Is that what it says? A cricket, a morky, and CP go into a bar. Y'all are truly family. I swear. I love you guys. Oh my God. That's the first thing that they say, right? If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. You see, by the time 911, no matter if you are in Timbuktu and they have 911, it's not made to be this lengthy process like CP tries to make it sound, right? Right. That is why if this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911 because it's quicker, right? That's what it's there for. And someone didn't, was it Jimmy or another cricket? Sorry, you're funny. And if you do right? You've got to wait for all the things before you can. And one of them is, if there's no emergency. If this is an emergency, please dial 3. Press 3. It's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. Exactly, Philippe. Exactly. Exactly. Even Walgreens Pharmacy says that. All the doctors say that. Just like I said a few months ago, it's a recording and there is no one to answer their phone. So who did CP talk at those sheriff's office? I wonder that myself. But we're not through yet. I called another one just to be sure. And it is, bear with me. This is Hendersonville Police Department as well.
You have reached the Hendersonville Police Department. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911 to request an officer at your.
How about that? How about that? If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Now, the next thing it says, to request a police officer at your location, please press 2. That's if it's not an emergency, right? Not an emergency. But also the timing didn't work out because they are, Justin is in the dispatch recorder. We hear someone say the house with the white truck is a Hendersonville police officer home. I found that odd. We hear someone say the house with the white truck. Well, I can tell you that there is current and former local, like, Hendersonville and county, I guess that's what it is. They're law enforcement, and there is people there that maybe even one in, I don't know, I don't know if it's TBI, but it's higher law enforcement of some sort. Some sort. I'd have helicopters in 5 minutes up and out. Right. Children know to call 911, but these 2 grown military trained, yes. You would think. You would think. That's too many numbers for him to remember, Justin. I guess. Hello, Black Skies. How are you?
Location, press
Here we go.
1. To speak to the on-duty desk officer, press 2. To report a property maintenance codes violation, press 8.
A property
never come home on the weekends, like when you had Sebastian or anything like that?
Well, yeah, that's why he saw him in the beginning of February, but it wasn't
Listen to
every
this.
weekend.
Okay.
Because he works on weekends too a lot, so he can't just come home every weekend. But when he can, he does. He comes home and sees.
Yeah, she says he works on weekends sometimes as well. But in the others interview, he said we work like any other typical American family, Monday through Friday. When we lived on base, we had to know the full number to the military police. Yeah.
Season.
Yeah.
we went and picked up our niece. Yeah,
Watch
I
that.
got a call and asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. And we went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn.
Hold on. You know, we know that he moves his eyes up, right? Where he looks, she's looking at him. He's like, watch.
Yeah,
But
I got a call and
watch his head.
asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. And we went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn.
His head is going like this. It's going like up and down.
Came home to put groceries away because we bought snacks because, you know, he's 15 and snacks. We went to the bowling alley. And then from there, we went to dinner.
Watch. Look at there. Look at there. What's he doing? What is he doing? Huh? Went to the bowling alley. Interesting. Is he trying to recall that? We didn't catch that one, though. Cut that today, too. Looking for spiders on the ceiling. He's rolling his eyes back in his head so he can it's like he's recalling something. Went to BJ's and all of this. Rolled his eyes up. Damn. Yep. Oh, he's not annoyed. He's just sitting there while she's talking, and he's just like, yeah, that's what happened. Can Sabers what officer? I don't think that I don't. Let me just watch this. Watch this.
We went
Watch.
to the bowling alley. And then from there, we went to dinner.
See?
Came home.
Watch him. Watch his head go up. Watch.
Came home. We went to the bowling alley. And then from there, we went to dinner. Came
There he
home.
goes.
He took out the trash because that's his chore. He takes the can to the end of the driveway. About 9 o'clock, told him to go to bed.
My very first reaction was, oh, he got up and got breakfast. But when I realized he actually wasn't in the house, I've never experienced sheer panic. And when we came home, we had a pretty good evening. Actually wasn't in the house. I've never experienced sheer panic. And when we came home, we had a pretty good evening together as well. He was playing right up until bedtime.
He was playing right up until bedtime. Right up until bedtime. What does that mean? Did something happen up until bedtime? He was playing right up until bedtime. That means if he went to bed, this is the Hands interview part of it. I mean, it's just a clip I cut that I thought was interesting while I was going through these. Yes, please disguise your naughty words, please. he was playing up until bedtime. We had a pretty good evening. Okay. So what was he doing? There was no mention of bath or brushing his teeth or anything like that. But why is what was he doing after bedtime? Because you said he went to bed at 9 o'clock. If he was in, okay. If he was in bed, there you go. And an hour later, you're in there, what all people do, talk on their phone with their husband in the late hours of the night because he's got to be up very early. You had all weekend to talk to him, but you're still going to talk to him for hours that evening. And you're also reading a chapter for your school, and you're also sleeping. But an hour later, after you sent him to bed, you hear a thud, and you yell in there and say, I don't care what you're doing in there, but knock it off and go to sleep. Well, then he's not asleep, because that indicates you're saying that he is still up and you don't care what he is in there doing. Guys, this is ridiculous. How can people not like not see these? I mean, it's like, what? Justin, what I heard was it saying to reach the jail or the staff, or why he couldn't call Seth. Yeah, well, he has those numbers too. Right?
And
So
then
what's
some. And when we came home, we had a pretty good evening together as well. He was playing right up until bedtime, and then some. I let him stay up a little late. And when I told him to go to bed, he's like, I love you, Mom. I love you, puppies. And he went to bed.
The way she says he went to bed, I don't believe it. Oh, the thud had to be. The thud is an action, right? It is an action. Something is happening in that home. Thud, action, something happening. He absolutely did. I agree with that, Mohawk. I 100% agree with that.
And I went to bed around midnight. Everything seemed fine. And when I went to wake him up for school, that's when I couldn't find him.
We asked questions like, where's he at? Check this, check that. And then we called the sheriff's department. After we called the sheriff's department, I stayed on the phone pretty much most of the time.
Something's going on in these calls, in my opinion. Because, catch this. Chris says, I pretty much stayed on the phone call pretty much the whole time. In another interview, Katie says, Chris told me to hurry up and get home. The police were on their way. We've talked about that part. if you were on the phone, you would know the police is on their way, and you wouldn't have to had Chris tell you that. Right? He was not in the phone with dispatch on the call with Laura Lodge. No, he was never. Why was he saying on the phone? Why was he staying on the phone if he wasn't there? Well, why is he saying I was pretty much on the phone the entire time? Pretty much. He makes a point to say that. Why does he make that point? We're going to have to discover that. We're going to have to comb through that sometimes. Why does he make it a point to say that I was pretty much on the phone the entire time? In that interview, Katie says that he told me to hurry up and get home, that police were on their way. She was on that phone the whole time. She would know police were on their way. So it sounds like, in my opinion, Chris wasn't on the three-way phone call the entire time, and neither was Katie. Why? Why? Justin just had a thought of why CP's ex has left and KP hasn't. They have family to go to for help, and KP don't. Philippe, I think that could be some of it for sure. Lakeside Lawyer, speculative theory, KP snapped and hurt S badly. Knowing CP had a custody case, she made it CP's problem. So almost most of the time. What time? Yes. How long was the call? As well. Right? He says he called the Sumner County, did he say sheriff's office? Chris was busy on the phone. He also called Seth, left a voicemail, and also sent text at 6:22. Sounds like they were awfully busy at this time.
And then while I was at work, I asked for a relief. Got a relief. Got in my truck from Memphis and made my way to Nashville.
He says he asked for relief. Is he saying that it took a good 4 hours for his relief to arrive? Because there is always others there who can work the crane. Listen, I personally don't feel like, in my opinion at least, that he was actually in a crane at 6:03 when Katie called. Could be wrong, but that's the way I feel. Based upon the ordinances and everything that we've found out since.
Walked out of the house. He's not a runner. This is not normal for him to run away. He's not a runner.
He's not a runner. He's not a runner. He's never done this before, she says. But from the get-go, it was, I knew, or I don't know why he walked out that door. Don't know why he walked out the door. But you're saying he did it. You would, I think they do, JC, in my opinion. I would. Did he say he went to Nashville? Yes, he said, made my way to Nashville. They say they sent him home, in my opinion. Why did he clock in? Yeah, he said Nashville, not Hendersonville. Yeah. But I mean, he says he was up in the tower and he was. Did he say slowly? Hold on. I think you're right. Oh, we got to back that mother chicken up. You might be right on that, girlfriend.
Get on the phone pretty much most of the time. And then while I was at work, I asked for a relief.
Okay.
Got a relief.
Said that.
Got in my truck from Memphis and made my way to Nashville.
Oh. He says he got off of work at 10 o'clock and he got home about 1:30. We need to put me up. We need to put me up in the green. Yes. Let me see if I can find that other little part here. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, Katie says, I don't know why he walked out the door. He is, walking. Katie is assuming that why is she assuming that he walked out the door? He's never done it before, right? His shoes were still there, right? Did you look and see if his shoes were gone that morning? And you told authorities that they
News interview.
1 second.
You know that he walked out that door, but you don't know why. That is a problem, America.
08 Stafford Court, Hendersonville. Caller advised that a 15-year-old male is not in the bed. We are right now, 3 blonde hair, approximately 5 foot, 120 pounds. I was going to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants. Juvenile does have a pharmacologism. This is the first time it happened. I was going to be in the home before midnight. The doors are locked at this time.
He's never done this before. On the dispatch radio thingy. He's never done it before. But Katie says he had to have walked out the door. Not that someone may have came and taken him. Nothing. Instantly, she knew it. He received CP. Someone in Facebook group said he relieved CP and told him to leave at 11:30. Well, that would only be 2 hours to get from Memphis. Nope, 2 hours and streets are full of police. Yeah. Yeah, so that would be a lie. I just called BJ's and they said they don't have popcorn. I think it's at, was it Costco? Is it Costco that has popcorn? I never thought about something like that. You know something? I wonder if it could be like a dead cow or something as well, like an old dead cow. Went to BJ's unless she talked about bagged popcorn. Oh, it might have been like BJ's has a colossal cookie, yes. No, I know Sam's Club doesn't have it. BJ's has popcorn too. Someone says, I don't know. Lulu said it was BJ's. They went to Costco. Isn't that who has the Kirkland brand? Yes. Because that's what I see in the photos. Yes, Costco is the Kirkland brand. Yeah, the new construction is located on an old farm. Yeah. Does other Costco was Saturday claim? Hold on. Does BJ's Wholesale have popcorn in okay. 5 months ago. Help me prove on Reddit. When I was a kid, BJ's used to have cafe you could visit after you checked out with pizza, hot dogs, and red tables and benches to sit at. It was like a concession stand. My husband doesn't believe it existed. Does anyone else remember this or know what I could Google to prove that it was real? Definitely existed. They removed them a few years ago. I still miss getting a churro on my lunch break. 6 months ago, mine still has a tiny cafeteria. It is a newer store. It only sells hot dog, pretzels, popcorns, ices, and pop. Someone said mine too. Ices and pop. Pittsburgh much? What does that mean? Apparently it's true. I've been with BJ's almost 6 years. They removed the cafe a year or so before I started with the company. They are doing food demos again, though, Wednesday through Saturday after 11 a.m. Mine had Dunkin' Donuts. They are now nothing. That's interesting. Cindy, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate your support. I have an Alexa. It's just downstairs. Okay. Said he likes malts, but he does. They don't get the malts there. They get the malts at down the street. Justin, it was our grand opening with popcorn and hot dogs. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's true. That's true. It was their grand opening. Katie did say that. That is true in one of her interviews that but she didn't say grand opening. She said they had just opened. Culver's was malt. Yes. Exactly. All right, guys. I want to thank you all so very much for this evening. Really do appreciate it. I'm almost at 4 hours. My little soul is tired. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you. Remember, after the 15th, I will be doing a daytime live, late morning, afternoonish live, probably 11 until 2 p.m., 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. or so, maybe 10 to 1. And then I will be doing a live every evening, pretty much. It will be from probably 6 to 8 ish, somewhere around there, maybe 5 to 8, 6 to 9, something like that, between school and work. I'm always busy. So thank you all so very much. I really do appreciate it. We're not going to quit. We are Sebastian's army, and we have to stick here with him. We've got to find him. Love you too, my dears. If cranes do start till 7 a.m., why would he be in the crane that earlier? Right, Jen. And that's why he has said that, he was in the crane when she called, and he was confused about, because they were giving him orders in one ear, and she's trying to, say Sebastian's gone in the other. And so there's that. Thank you guys so much. God bless each and every single one of you. Good night. Thank you.